Okay, boys and girls and bears and everybody who's ready to do our lesson today. So I just want parents to know, if you're going along with Teach Your Child to Read in 100, well, our book is called, we're making it Teach Your Child to Read Words and Sentences in 100 Easy Lessons. If you're going along with that, with us, we're going to do a quick erase lesson, but your child wouldn't know these sounds until probably after lesson 60. Okay, so I know I just started making the videos. Don't think if your child is on lesson 1 that they're going to be ready to do this. But we're probably about lesson 60, which I would think is getting towards, actually probably right past first grade. No, would that be right? I don't know. If there's 100 lessons and you're going to be at the end of first grade. So, but I would just say reading grades doesn't really matter. Like, why do we care? It just matters where's your child at today and getting them through so they're reading confidently and comfortably. And so these are just some best teaching practices that work. So, boys and girls, are you ready for our long vowel lesson today? Okay, so we know when our letter has just our line above it that we're going to say the long vowel sound. So we know we're going to say A. We're not going to say A. We're going to say A, and we're doing A-E letters today, which means E is our helper sound. So it's silent E. I need my silent E puppet. Where's silent E? That says, who could turn lick into like, who could turn bake or back into bake. Silent E can, silent E can. So we'll have to find our silent E puppet. But anyway, back to A-E, silent E. So that's not going to say anything, but it's going to make our A say A. And we also know that because we have our line above the top. Okay, so since we're doing the Lost Lake today, we're working on A-E with a K in the middle. We're going to start with sounds. So we're going to put our K up and we're going to say ache. And then we're going to put our O up and we're going to say lake. Lake. Let's say it fast. Lake. Then we're going to change letters and we're going to put our B up here. Boys and girls, if you're at home, what do you get? Bake. 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 Good work. Now we're going to try something a little trickier. We're going to change our middle sound. And now we've put our I sound, so we're going to get B, ike, bike, bike. Say it fast. Bike. Good job, bears. You are doing a great job. You're listening nicely. You're following along. And now we're going to change our first letter sound. And now we've still got I, hike, hike. Say it fast. Hike. Good work. And now, oh, I put that in the wrong order. Okay, so we're going to go back to like. Can I just take those out? Okay, sorry, Mrs. Fire. It's a little out of order, but now we're back to I, like. Everybody say it fast. Like. Good work. Now we're going to change our to a and is everybody ready? We're going to say it slowly and then we'll say it fast. Ready? Line, line. Say it fast. Line. Good work. Now we're going to change our middle sound again. We know it's got the line above it. We've got our helper E, silent E. So we're going to say, oh, boys and girls. And we're going to say, lone, lone. lone. Say it fast. Lone, like the Lone Ranger. And then, along with the Lone Ranger story, the Lone Ranger was always on his horse and he would ready? Lope, lope, lope. The Lone Ranger would lope along on his horse, and that's kind of, I think, riding slowly. And then we're going to put a rrr in front, and when we put rrr in front, we get rope, rope. Say it fast, rope. Oh my goodness, and we're still going. No wonder we're at lesson 60. Boys and girls, this is like Elijah, bigger than Elijah reading. I know there's some fourth graders over there. You're saying, wow, I forgot this over the summer. Okay, so now we turned our P upside down and we've got a, which one is that? D. D. Road. Road. The Lone Ranger rode his horse. Rode. And that's our quick erase for today, boys and girls, to go along after lesson 60, at least, in Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, which we've changed to Teach Your Child to Read in 100, read words and sentences in 100 lessons, because there's more to reading, right, boys and girls? And I know you're excited to get to our book, Track That Scat. Okay, Sarah Squared, ready? Here we go. The words from the Lost Lake are A. Okay, Sarah and Sarah, here we go with our quick erase words for the Lost Lake. A-E is where we're going to start, but I'm going to give you a hint. We're not going to end there. So we're going to start with lake. And so one of the reasons I do this, parents, if you're wondering, is I've seen lots of students go, we went to the lake. And so I want them to think they're going to say lake when they're writing. So if you have a struggling student, that's part of why I like to do that first. So we're going to start with lake, and we're going to turn our A into an I. So lake becomes like. Oh, what am I doing? I'm completely off. Okay, we're going to do A-E words from the Lost Lake. We're going to start with lake. Lake. And then we're going to change our first sound. And what do you get now, boys and girls, everybody? Bake. Yeah, we get bake. Say it fast. Bake. And then we're going to change our middle sound to an I. Boys and girls, if you put an I in there, bears, what do we get? Bike. Bike. Good. And then we're going to change our first sound. And we're going to get, everybody, what do we get? Hike. Yeah, we get hike. And then we're going to change our first sound again. And we're going to get like. And then we're going to change our middle sound. And we still want it to say lie. So we're going to put our line there. O-I-E. Line. Line. And if you say that fast, you get line. And then this time, we're going to change it to an O, lone. And that's like the Lone Ranger. And the Lone Ranger likes to ride on his horse. And he will lope. lope. He's going to lope on his horse. And he might also have a rope. He might have a rope with him. And when he gets home, he's going to tell his family, I rode my horse today. And the last thing he might say, or you might say, I went for a ride on my horse or my bike or my boat or wherever you might go for a ride today. And should we write that sentence? I think we'll write, I will ride my bike. And if I was at home, I would probably say the sentence and give my student time to write it before I wrote it on the board, and then I would have my student correct it up against the board. But with all the pre-teaching that you would do, your student is very likely to be successful. You know, you're going to build up to this. Like I said, this is somewhere around lesson 60 in the story, Teach Your Child to Read Words and Sentences in 100 Easy Lessons. Or I would say somewhere in the middle of first grade, maybe they would be learning these skills. Maybe some kindergartners who are super smart. And I mean, because I don't know, they're saying this book could be for 3 or 4-year-olds. I certainly haven't done it with that. I've worked with mostly struggling readers who were probably 2nd, 3rd grade working on these skills. So, but I have talked to so many other teachers. I mean, I know tons of school districts that use this as a regular full-time school district site. So there's lots of people that use this just to teach kids right out of the gate. I mean, I can't recommend Reading Mastery enough, but if you're a parent and your child is struggling in the school, or even if you're a teacher and you have students, I hope you'll enjoy this and get some use out of these lessons.